This is Foshan. It's a city that was home to just 758,000 people in 1985 that's now almost the same size as Hong Kong. And yet, despite its population of 7.4 million people, most of us would probably confess that we've never heard of it. It's a story that's repeated time and time again with massive cities across this vast country, and it speaks to the insane urbanization of this emerging superpower over the past 30 years. Quick, sustained on a huge scale, and all happening while other countries were distracted with their own problems. These are the massive Chinese cities you've never heard of. Yet. 60% of China's 1.4 billion citizens now live in cities. But it wasn't always like this. With some of the most productive agricultural land in the world, the population used to be spread across rural areas. Then, in the 1970s and 80s, social and economic reforms triggered the start of a major transition to urban living, and many of the country's small villages transformed into enormous metropolises. Today, more than 113 cities have a population of over 1 million people, and the country is home to more of the world's largest cities than anywhere else. It's a rate of progression that was only really made possible by a long-term strategic plan to control urban growth. Before the reforms, China's major urban centers were predominantly situated in the northeast. However, to redistribute economic activities towards the south, special economic zones were established. Simultaneously, smaller and medium-sized cities across the nation were designated as free trade, high-tech, economic, and technological development zones. This strategic move aimed to ensure that investment, job opportunities, and population growth won't be concentrated in specific areas, but will be dispersed evenly across the mainland. Taking advantage of economic incentives, alongside substantial government investment on infrastructure, the country witnessed the emergence of new cities at the speed of light. While cities like Shenzhen, Guangzhou, and Wuhan have gained widespread recognition, numerous others remain relatively unknown, despite their burgeoning populations and increasing significance in the global economy. Take Guiyang, for example. Once home to just 900,000 people before the reforms, it has now burgeoned into a city of 3.4 million residents, despite its location over 550 kilometers away from the sea. Unlike coastal cities with access to global markets, Guiyang has undergone a profound economic transformation, shifting from its previous focus on machine manufacturing and mining to service-oriented industries, particularly in computing and big data. Major corporations such as Foxconn, Microsoft, and Huawei have all established offices in this city. Despite its rapid modernization, Guiyang still preserves numerous historical sites, including the Qingyan Ancient Town and Jiaxiu Pavilion, which have contributed to a growing tourism industry. Venturing towards the east, Wuxi forms an integral part of the Yangtze Delta megalopolis, now a bustling hub for over 75 million inhabitants. Tucked snugly between Shanghai and Nanjing, the city has witnessed a remarkable demographic shift, swelling from 850,000 residents in 1985 to a robust 3.3 million today, surpassing the population of Athens. The inception of the Wuxi New District in 1992 marked a pivotal moment, catalyzing the city's evolution into one of China's premier industrial zones and a pioneer for scientific and industrial advancement. Renowned corporations like Siemens, Hitachi, Volvo, and AstraZeneca have since established their presence in the area, reshaping the urban skyline with a proliferation of skyscrapers, including 21 built since 2005, with 3 super talls unveiled in 2014. Tourism has also played an important role in Wuxi's economy, particularly with the allure of one of the world's tallest statues, the awe-inspiring 79-meter Grand Buddha at Lingshan, dwarfing the Statue of Liberty, which stands at a mere 46 meters in height, excluding its base. Also located on the East Coast, just 3 hours away by train, Ningbo emerged from its humble beginnings as a city of just 500,000 people in 1984, now rivaling Rome and Montreal with a growing population of 4.2 million people. Designated as one of the 14 open coastal cities in 1984, a unique economic zone reserved for port cities, Ningbo has developed into a key trade link for the southern Yangtze Delta. After merging with its neighbor Foshan in 2006, Ningbo has risen to become one of the busiest ports in the world. Therefore, it plays an important role in China's 21st century maritime trade between eastern China and Europe. The city's growth is reflected in its impressive and modern skyline, featuring 22 skyscrapers, with another 12 currently under construction, including the 409 meters high Ningbo Tower. Let's return to our Foshan. Although it has a population comparable to Hong Kong, Foshan's geographical location is the reason why it is not widely known. Nestled near Guangzhou, a bustling metropolis with a population of 13 million, Foshan is part of the vast Pearl River Bay area, where giants like Macau, Shenzhen, and Hong Kong steal the spotlight. Although it cannot yet be on par with these big guys, the importance of Foshan in the global manufacturing landscape cannot be looked down on. With more than 3,000 factories across the city, Foshan has consolidated its position as a major manufacturing powerhouse, especially in the electrical equipment sector. Wondering if your house is secretly sponsored by Foshan? Take a peek at your lineup of electrical appliances. They might all bear the Made in Foshan stamp. Located in the northeast of the country, Jinan has grown into a city the size of Barcelona, becoming a bustling population of 5.6 million compared to 1.3 million since 1983. As one of China's key technology hubs, Jinan boasts the Jinan High-Tech Industrial Park and Jinan Export Processing Zone, attracting industry giants such as Panasonic, Volvo, and Sanyo to establish branches in the territory. Back in 1997, when the first skyscrapers appeared in the city, Jinan's skyline underwent a remarkable transformation, now rivaling the likes of Los Angeles, boasting an impressive number of 27 skyscrapers and an additional 7 buildings under construction. Although urbanization occurs at a breakneck pace, Jinan remains one of the greenest cities in China, preserving the vast green spaces that cover the urban landscape. Since the 1980s, it seems like a miracle has taken place in China, with large cities continuously springing up. In these cities, urbanization is taking place at an unbelievable rate, faster than anywhere in the world. Although not as widely known as some other cities in the West, the role of these new urban giants in global trade and their growing influence on the Chinese economy confirms that they're destined for stardom in the future. That's the end of today's journey. If you like this video and want to continue exploring with us, please subscribe to the channel and comment down below to let us know where to go next. See you on our following adventures.